Representative Salazar, we're expecting a big announcement today from Donald Trump on his immigration policy. What do you expect to hear?
Well, I expect to hear the same rhetoric that he discussed during the presidential campaign, which is to stop certain Muslims from certain countries from entering this country on refugee status. I expect that we might hear something about a wall being built somewhere along our southern border. I expect that it may even go a little bit further in terms of sanctuary cities. We're hearing that he's going to target sanctuary cities, and I don't know if there's going to be much more outside of that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, we know what he's going to propose in general. What are the problems with his proposals?
Other than the fact that they're cruel and inhumane, and maybe even possibly unconstitutional. I guess let's line up the number of problems with that. Economically speaking, just in terms of a Trump wall, that's going to hurt our economy. I mean, I think that economists have proven across the board that that kind of mentality hurts the U.S. economy. So that's one aspect of it, outside of it being inhumane. The other aspect of it is that it violates human rights. The ability for human beings to be able to migrate is a human rights issue that's been recognized in the United Nations Declaration for Human Rights. And as a matter of fact, the irony of it is that he got here by virtue of immigration. The other aspect of it is that it's inhumane because we have a refugee crisis that is created in part by the United States and its policies, as well as policies of its partners, that has resulted in this disintegration of society in the Middle East. And now there are millions of people who are paying the ultimate price because of these really bad policies that extend back some time, not just this past administration, but the administrations prior to that. And so, instead of saying, hey, look, we have caused somewhat of a problem here, we're going to take in the most vulnerable of these countries, and we're going to thoroughly vet them and make sure that they have a safe place here in the United States. Now he's saying, oh, we're just going to continue watching children die on the shores of other countries, and we're not going to intervene on it. I think that moral authority that the United States has is completely thrown out the window just by this administration alone.
Well, you've been a champion and student of civil rights your adult life. Can you talk about this moment in history?
This moment in history is just, I was thinking about it last night. My daughter, she was laying on the bed with me and my wife, and I just sat there looking at her, and I had to reach out, and I had to put my hand on her forehead and pray for her because, I didn't think that I would see this in my lifetime. I thought that we had evolved far enough because of the civil rights movement, evolved far enough not to see the likes of Trump again, and we haven't. In terms of where we're at right now, I understand why Trump is obliterating civil rights, why he's issuing all these executive orders at once, and it's because he's causing disorganization amongst all the communities. And what I'm hoping will happen is that communities will recognize that he's just throwing all these executive orders out there to cause us to disorganize, and that we start to come together as common communities. So, such as his executive orders on the North Dakota pipeline, and our Dakota Access Pipeline, and the Keystone Pipeline. The American Indian community needs to coalesce with the Muslim community and the immigrant community, and and women. And we need to organize together because this is a fight that we're going to have to take on together.
So you're saying that Donald Trump could unite people?
I'm saying that Donald Trump could unite people. I'm saying that as people, we need to unite, definitely.
So is there a long-term vision of post-Trump that could result from this?
Well, I think that we are in the throes of an evolutionary moment for the United States. That if we are going to create a more perfect union, that we need to learn how to work together. We need to learn how to coalesce and move forward as a country together. And that's what I said on the House floor during the Martin Luther King tribute, is that this isn't an us versus them. We should be well beyond that in 2017. This should be an us and how can we move forward for a better and common vision for America. But Trump got elected off of that, off of the us versus them. And now he's implementing those policies through these executive orders. And, frankly, I'm just appalled by this guy. I thought we had moved well beyond this.
Thank you, Representative Salazar.